Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing really well. I am Saboni and I have come back with another video. So today I'm going to talk about Amazon Lex, which is an AI service, a conversational AI bot that can be utilized, implemented in your application to create different conversational chatbots. I will demonstrate how to use Amazon Lex to create a booking platform possibly. And let's see how this Amazon Lex bot that we are going to create would be integrated with Amazon Connect, the contact center service, and together with that, how it can be utilized in your applications. Without delay, let's go to Amazon Lex console, AWS account, and if you just simply search for Lex over here, you will find Amazon Lex right here. So if you click, you will be landing onto this page. So on the left side, there are multiple options that are available. So this is where you build your bot, create your bot, and in addition, there are multiple templates that are ready-made templates which are available for you. And depending upon your use case, you can use it. On the left side here, click on bots, and I'll click on create bot. Now, do the traditional way. So here, you can either create a blank bot. You can start with an example or start with transcripts. So there are different options which are available in the documentation. I will share that. You can go through each of them to see it. So if you want to check, start with an example. So if you click an example, there are ready-made available bots. One is for booking a trip, making an appointment, order some flowers. So these are the examples that are readily available. So let's try to make a simple bot without using these examples from scratch so that it would be helpful for you. So I will click on create a bot, and for a meaningful name, what I'm going to do is create a travel trip. So let's give a travel bot some name, and let's create a role with the basic Lex permission. So with Lex, you can push logs to CloudWatch, and you can do all those activities. So it requires a basic role. I am role permissions. So this is some kind of compliance, which is Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. I'm not using this. It's a test bot. So I will select as no. And this is the idle session timeout. That means when the user starts interacting with your bot, after 5 minutes, the entire session gets dismissed. The timeout basically happens. There are some additional advanced settings like setting of tags or Chatbot license. Moving on to the next. You will find here what kind of, if you are planning to go for a chat-based implementation or a voice-assisted implementation. So depending upon that, you can select your voice, and here would be a voice sample. If you play, you would hear a sound. I'm not click on done. Now a new intent is available. So this specific intent, you might be asking yourself, like, what is an intent? I will come to that. So intent represents certain sets of action which you want the user to do, okay, user to follow. That helps you with the user's request. Say I want to buy some donuts, okay, and there will be questions like how many donuts you want, what type of donuts you want, and once you are done with all those answering, so finally the bot closes with thanks for ordering. You have ordered this many n number of chocolate donuts, and your total bill is this, so pay on delivery, etc. Whatever the option way it ends. So that it's kind of an interaction or conversation. There can be multiple intents that can create based upon your use case. So I will scroll down here and I will give a meaningful name. Coming to the context, I will leave those empty, like and now talking about the sample utterances. So utterances is some trigger words which a end user or customer has to speak or chat in order to invoke this specific intent or flow. So I will give this that I want to book a flight. So I want to book a flight, okay, or book a flight, help with flight booking. So these are various utterances or trigger or representative. So these are basically utterances or phrases that helps us with invocation of this flow. And so initial response once. So what is this? Once you have provided your utterance as a user, an initial response would be provided by the bot. Okay, so the initial response of the bot would be here. Thanks for, you can mention something like this: I understand you need help with, oops, typo, with flight booking. So you're specifying that, so the bot would say, once you have given that I need help with flight booking, etc., so it will give you an understanding that it will give you an acknowledgement that okay, I understand that you might need help with the flight booking. So once this is done, this is the initial response. Now how do you interact? Okay, I need to provide those names and details. So for booking a flight or booking of any travel, what do you need? You need a name. So say for example, we consider that this is booking for only one person. We are not going for any advanced implementation. It's for the one person or the end user who is booking it. The first thing that would be needed is a name, city of origin, like the flight from which you're going to take, uh, and finally the destination, the source and the destination of travel, and the travel dates. So once those informations are acquired, then the backend of your application would be able to understand, okay, this is the approximate time where a flight is needed and this is the price, and then goes the confirmation whether you want to book it or not, and you say that yes, I want to book it, and then correspondingly a confirmation takes place. Okay, the confirmation that the booking is completed. So let's create a slot now. The first slot would be say the first name, or name, just simply it's a name, and it's going to be, say, the first name. Okay, so please enter your first name. So the user would need to enter your name here. Okay, then we need to add another slot. So for keeping it simple, just I'm going ahead with the first name, country. Okay, or dates. First let's try to select a date. Okay, this is date of travel, travel date. Please help with travel dates. Okay, next another slot would be needed, origin. Okay, and this is a country we are going to give. Please enter your source, travel source, or okay, enter your travel source. Instead of country, let's give it a city. Okay, another would be destination, and it's another city, and please enter travel destination. Okay, I'm giving very rustic or not that enriched inputs over here, pardon me for that. So this these are just basic stuffs that might be required: the first name, travel dates, uh, travel source, and destination. Okay, now confirmation. So if you want to confirm that whether you have provided with this prompt and you want to specify that, okay, yes, please proceed with this. So let's give it with this: can I go ahead for booking? Okay, or so in that case, please confirm with a yes. Okay, there's something, for example, you want to book it, so you confirm it, and or else no. That's so you can specify that whether in case the user doesn't want to proceed with the booking. Okay, the booking is not, the order is not placed, we can say something now, something like this. And this is kind of the fulfillment. So with fulfillment, what happens, I'm going to mock that here in this case. So what you can do here, fulfillment means with these details you want to place the order of booking. However, in this example I'm going to mimic it, mock it, but in real life what happens is you take those user inputs and take it to your backend platform or system. That is achieved with the help of multiple ways it can be done. So one of them is definitely a lambda function. So let's try to click on this active, so it will be activated. So you can either activate this or deactivate this with the toggle button over here. So fulfillment is something, it's how you are going to fulfill the order of the or the request of the user. So the user's request is booking a flight, but now the backend, what happens is, in order to take it, you can utilize a lambda function. The function would be taking all those details that you have populated with the help of slot and backend database or any other platform through which it can further asynchronously process the request. And as a closing response, so fulfillment, your request has been, you can say that your request has been submitted. Okay, in case something goes wrong, something went wrong, please retry. Or there are other ways, like if I go to advanced, if it's a failure that's happening, you can actually specify that whether you want to go back to the evaluation or evaluation conditions, or you want to go back to the initial response or confirmation of the inputs, or whether you want to wait for the users to provide the inputs again. So those kind of mechanisms can be implemented as well, and I'm not going into the depth of this, what hard coding a slot values, etc. So these would come in the advanced sessions if I would do on lex. So I'll just cancel. So here fulfillment, it said that your order has been submitted, and an agent will, so since my it's not in the real time, I'm not doing the booking in the real time, or an agent will reach out to you or something, I can add it, or simply I can say that your request has been submitted for the following users. So for the following, submitted with the following details for, so let's give a meaningful name. So a flight request on, now we want to utilize this specific slot value, that's what I wanted to demonstrate. So this is the date of travel, right? So I'll just come over here and say that a flight request on this for passenger name for passenger name, and the name slot is name. So these are kind of variables where you're going to take the user inputs on this. For passenger name, for a passenger, for passenger name, this from this has been booked. An agent will reach out shortly. Okay. So what are the from and source? So one is origin and the other one is destination. So let's copy origin from here. From origin is this, and destination is this. Okay, good. And as a closing remark, so this is going to be where the intent is going to get closed. So in the previous step, what we are doing, we're saying that okay, if we have fulfilled your intent or this flow, now it's time for closing. And the closing remark says thanks for choosing my bookings. Have a great day. Have a great day ahead. Okay. Now, this is what we are doing overall. I'm going to implement. So if you want to, modify any value at any point of time and at any place, like this is a capability which is a code hook, utilizing a lambda function that can be utilized in order to change any kind of customize your flow with the help of any inputs that you're proving or providing, or if you even if you want that this successful fulfillment, this message needs to be modified further, that can also be done with the functions. So if I go over here, there are multiple ways that use a lambda function for fulfillment. You can use it, and at the back end, it's another function that would proceed with the booking process either synchronously or asynchronously for you. Okay, now once this is done, this is about, let's try to save this intent. Okay, we will save this. This is something where everything goes right, but what happens that if something doesn't go right and an error has taken place, so there is a fallback intent as well. Okay, so fallback intent is what we can say that it's an initial response we can give, fulfillment or closing. Just give like something let's give it like thanks over here, and if something is happening, we are going to redirect to fallback intent. So if booking flight there is an error has taken place, there are ways or mechanism, that's a default intent or the default flow you can specify. So in this response, I'm just going to give you as a fallback, or let's say something went wrong, an agent will reach out to you. So this gives you kind of an assurance to your user and gives you a better experience as a customer. And over here, actually you can use another lambda function to record that okay, the user tried to proceed with book flights intent, but something has taken place unforeseen, and that's why it has gone to a fallback intent. Or even you can design it like in a case of fulfillment itself in the book flight flow. So if there is any error or any kind of exceptions has taken place at the back end, you can route it back to the fallback intent, and you can specify okay, one of our agents will reach out to you shortly, just to give you a proper design of a proper user flow. So let's save it. Now these intents are ready. So what we will do, it's a draft version of this bot. We'll first build it. Now the build is successful. It's time for testing from here. Let's give an input like book flight. Okay, it doesn't have an associated lambda function. So there's some error that has taken place possibly in the book flight. We will go, and it could be possibly in the fulfillment. So we will just go to advanced, uncheck this update option. Since we are in reality not using, we'll just save the intent. We'll build the intent again. Now the build is successful. It's time for testing. Let's see, fingers crossed, hope it works. So book a flight. Understand you need help with booking flight. You see over here. Now the first name, say Rogers. Please help with the travel date, 10th of Jan 2025. Please help with the travel date. Something is happening. Okay, let's try to give 10 10 10/02 2025. Okay, the date is, it's taking in this name, but you can further modify like how you want this to work. Let's say travel source. So you want to, for example, travel from Prague, and destination is Chicago. So it says, can I go ahead with the booking? And you confirm with yes. So flight request, it's pardon with the wordings over here, but it said that the flight request on this date for a passenger named Rogers from Prague to Chicago has been booked, and an agent will it's not booked, so wordings can be improved here. It's just the request that has been taken, and an agent will reach out to you shortly. Thanks for booking, thanks for choosing my bookings, have a great day ahead. Take something here. So you see here I have given that in the utterances I want to book a flight, but it has been designed in such a way that even if you give, so as it says, Amazon Lex, it extrapolates based upon what kind of utterances that you're giving. Okay, so it's associated with the flight, and understands, okay, it's going to route it to this intent. It's asking for name, say Naomi, and travel dates, for example, some gibberish. Let me try to add, I'll continue try to add this, and ideally should something went wrong. Yes, so it tried to retry with multiple times, and it went to the fallback intent, which is basically here. You see something happened and it landed onto this thanks, and something went wrong. This is the initial response. So whenever an issue is taking place, we're taking up with the user inputs like booking flights or booking anything as such, so it falls back to this another intent or another flow, which is the fallback. So you can include multiple such intents and implement it, try to play around with it and see how you want to implement. And now coming, I will cover the connect and Lex integration flow, and will show you how a website can be utilized quite easily for booking a flight in the next session. I will showcase how the Amazon Connect and Lex integration works in the next video, and also demonstrate how it can be hosted in one of the websites. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Cheers.